Hello, everyone. Today I have a beautiful story for you. The name of the story is My First Day at College. You can also learn 5 common English phrases from this story, and each phrase will be shown in blue so you can find them easily and remember them better. Before we begin, let me show you the 5 phrases. Put up or shut up. Do it or stop complaining. Take your time. No rush, relax, I'm on my way. I have started my journey. I can hold my own. I can manage myself. I am strong. Cut to the chase. Let's go to the main point. I will explain these phrases with examples at the end of the video. And now you can use the shadowing technique to practice your English with this story. What is shadowing? First, listen to each sentence carefully, then repeat after me. Try to follow my voice, speed, and feeling. This will help you improve your speaking pronunciation and confidence. Are you ready? Let's begin the story. My name is Sidonie. I am 18 years old. This is my story of the first day I went to campus. It was my first time traveling alone. I was nervous. I was also very excited. I packed my bag the night before. I could not sleep much. I kept looking at the clock. Finally, it was morning. I got dressed and went to the train station. My heart was beating fast. I can do this, I told myself. I got into the train. I sat near the window. The train started moving. I looked outside and smiled. I'm on my way, I whispered. This was the beginning of a new life. The train ride was long, but I enjoyed every moment. When I reached the candy station, I got down from the train. My bag was heavy. I struggled to carry it. Then a young boy came near me. He had a kind smile. He said, "Let me carry that for you." I was surprised, but I smiled back and nodded. He took my bag and said, "You must be new to this city." I said, "Yes, it's my first day at campus." He smiled and said, "Mine too." My cheeks turned red. I was blushing. His name was Naden. We walked out of the station together. He showed me the direction to the university. When we reached the campus, I thanked him. He said, "Take your time. Everything will be okay." Then we said goodbye. I walked inside the big university gate. The place was so big, I looked around. I did not know where to go. I looked at my paper. There were buildings, halls, trees, but I was lost. I walked around. I got more confused. I felt a little scared. Then I saw a tall girl. She looked older. I asked her, "Excuse me, where is the science building?" She smiled and said, "Oh, you're new. I'll help you. Follow me." I followed her. She said her name was Nimali. She was a senior. As we walked, she told me, "Don't worry. We all get lost on the first day." I laughed. It made me feel better. Finally, I reached my lecture hall. I sat down quietly. Many students were talking. Some looked friendly. Some looked serious. Then the lecturer came in. He started to speak in bold, fast English. I could not understand everything. I thought, am I in the wrong class? I looked around. Others were also confused. I smiled to myself. I'm not the only one, I thought. The lecturer said, "Cut to the chase." "Let's begin the lesson," I whispered. "What does cut to the chase mean?" A girl next to me laughed and said, "It means let's go straight to the main point." We both smiled. Her name was Nethmem. We became friends. After the class, I walked outside. Suddenly, it started to rain. I had no umbrella. I started to run. My hair got wet. Then I heard a voice. "Hey, come under this umbrella." I looked up. It was Naden, the boy from the train. I ran to him. We both stood under the umbrella. We laughed. He said, "What a coincidence." I said, "Yes, we meet again." He smiled and said, "Maybe this rain was a gift." We walked together under one umbrella. I felt happy. I felt safe. We reached the canteen. We sat and drank coffee. He asked, "How was your first class?" I said, "I could not understand much." He laughed and said, "Same here, but I can hold my own." I asked, "What does that mean?" He said, "It means I can manage it. I'll survive." I smiled. "I'll try to hold my own too," I said. Later that evening, we were sitting on a bench near the campus lake. It had stopped raining. He looked at me and said, "Do you like this place so far?" I said, "Yes, but I was scared this morning." He said, "Me too." Then he looked into my eyes. He said, "Sometimes people don't believe in new students." He looked serious now. "But I always say," he continued, "put up or shut up." I asked, "What does that mean?" He laughed and said, "It means if you want to do something, do it. Don't complain, don't fear. Just do your best." I looked at him. "You're brave," I said. He said, "I try to be, but right now I just want to say something." I looked at him. My heart beat faster. He said, "I liked you from the moment I saw you at the train station." I was quiet. I smiled. I said I felt something too. Then he gently took my hand. It felt warm. "I don't know what the future brings," he said, "but I want to be near you." I said, "I think I want the same." We both smiled. The sun was setting. The sky turned orange. It was a beautiful moment, a happy ending to a very long day. That night, I wrote in my diary, "Today was my first day at campus. I was scared, I got lost, but I found help. I found friends. And maybe I found something more." Don't stop the video now. This is the best part of the video. Now I'm going to explain the English phrases we heard in the story with clear meanings and simple examples. So stay with me till the end. Let's get started. Put up or shut up. Do it or stop complaining. In the story, the boy tells Sajuni, "Sometimes people don't believe in new students, but I always say put up or shut up." He means if you really want something, stop talking and take action. No more excuses. Example, my friend always says he wants to start a YouTube channel, but he never does it. I told him, "Put up or shut up." "Oh yeah, well, then put up or shut up." Put up or shut up. Put up or shut up. Right now, take your time. No rush. Relax. In the story, Naden says to Saduni, "Take your time. Everything will be okay." This means relax. Don't hurry. You have enough time. Example, you don't need to finish your homework so fast. Take your time and do it well. Take your time. Take your time and take your time. Take your time. Take your time. I'm on my way. I have started my journey. In the story, Saduni says while sitting in the train, "I am on my way." This is the beginning of new life. She means she has started her new chapter in life. Example, "Are you coming to class?" "Yes, I'm on my way. I'll be there soon." You see, I'm a musician of sorts and on my way to give a very special performance. I'm on my way. On my way. I'm on my way. I can hold my own. I can manage myself. I am strong. After class, Naden tells Saduni, "I didn't understand much, but I can hold my own." This means even when it's hard, I can take care of myself. I won't give up. Example, I am the youngest in the team, but don't worry, I can hold my own. I was holding my own there. It's fine, Joe. I can hold my own. I can hold my own. Cut to the chase. Let's go to the main point. In the story, the lecturer says, "Cut to the chase." Let's begin the lesson. He means, let's skip the small talk and start with the important part. Example, we don't have much time, so let's cut to the chase and talk about the plan. All right, I'll cut to the chase. I'll cut to the chase. Cut to the chase. You have now learned 5 useful English phrases from a fun and emotional story. Try to use them in your daily English conversations. Repeat them again and again. That's how you remember for life. Now go back and shadow the story again. Listen, repeat, improve, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you found this helpful. See you in the next video. Analysis and expansion of the concept of language teaching through storytelling, the approach presented in this text, which embeds the teaching of 5 common English phrases within an engaging and emotional story, is an excellent example of context-based language learning. This method offers numerous advantages over memorizing dry lists of words and phrases. The story My First Day at College not only provides a meaningful and memorable context for these idioms, but also engages emotional memory by arousing the listener's feelings, from Sidoni's excitement and fear to her hope and joy. Studies show that when information is paired with a story or a strong emotion, the likelihood of remembering it increases significantly. The importance of learning phrases over individual words. The focus of this lesson is on phrases, not single words. This is a key principle of natural language acquisition. Learners often try to expand their vocabulary by memorizing thousands of isolated words, but in real conversation, it is combinations and phrases that determine fluency and naturalness. For example, knowing the words cut to the chase separately does not help in understanding the idiom cut to the chase. It is an independent, meaningful unit that must be learned and used as a whole. The story shows how a language learner, Sidoni, faces exactly this challenge and asks a classmate for the meaning, which in itself simulates a real-life learning situation. The shadowing technique and its benefits. The instruction to use the shadowing technique, listening carefully and then repeating immediately with the same speed, tone, and feeling, is an excellent exercise for improving pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence. This technique familiarizes the speech muscles with the natural patterns of the English language and gradually reduces the learner's accent. The story, with its short, clear sentences full of diverse emotions, anticipation, gratitude, confusion, humor, affection, provides ideal raw material for this practice. Repeating the story after learning the phrases allows the learner to internalize not only the meaning, but also the correct usage and intonation of the expressions. Deeper analysis of the phrases and their broader applications. Put up or shut up. This phrase, used in the story as a motivational motto to counter the doubts of others, is typically used in challenging and competitive situations. It can be slightly aggressive or direct, so it is better used in informal settings or among close friends. Another example. A manager might say to a team that constantly complains about a lack of resources but makes no progress, Enough discussions. It's time to put up or shut up. Take your time. This is a very useful and polite phrase used to reassure others. Unlike hurry up, it indicates patience and understanding. It is very common in service situations, for example, when a customer is choosing, or educational settings, when a student is working on a problem. It can also mean do and rush in important life decisions. You don't have to give me an answer now. Take your time. I'm on my way. This is a key phrase for everyday communication, indicating physical travel. In the age of connectivity, it is essential for informing someone who is waiting that you have started your journey. Similar forms include I am on my way home or I am on my way to the airport. Its metaphorical use, as seen in the story, applies to starting any new chapter in life. I can hold my own. This phrase conveys confidence and independence. It emphasizes the ability to manage oneself in a difficult, competitive, or new situation. For example, in an intense intellectual debate, one could say, "The debate was intense, but I held my own." Or in sports, "She's smaller than the other players, but on the court, she can definitely hold her own." Cut to the chase. This idiom, which has cinematic roots, meaning to skip the filler scenes and get to the main plot, is very common in professional and academic environments. When time is limited or a discussion goes off topic, using it is polite yet firm. A meeting facilitator might say, "We've heard all the background. Let's cut to the chase. What's the final cost?" The cultural and human aspect of the story. Beyond language teaching, the story symbolically depicts the transition from adolescence to adulthood. Leaving home, facing the unfamiliar, finding one's way, both literally and metaphorically, and forming new connections are universal experiences. The learned phrases are presented as tools to deal with these challenges. I'm on my way for accepting change. Take your time for reducing anxiety. I can hold my own for boosting self-confidence. Cut to the chase for adapting to the academic environment. And finally, put up or shut up as a personal philosophy for taking action. Furthermore, the formation of friendships and an incipient romantic relationship emphasizes the role of language as a bridge for creating human connections. Interestingly, the small acts of human kindness along the way from Naden at the train station to Namali on campus warm the memory of the first day and show that learning does not only happen in the classroom. Practical application for language learners. To maximize the benefits of this method, learners can, after listening and shadowing, rewrite the story for themselves by substituting details, for example, name, city, major. Create 2 new examples for each of the 5 phrases related to their personal lives. Create a similar phrase circle on other topics, for example, first day at work, a trip, a party. With a friend or classmate, write and act out short dialogues that naturally incorporate all 5 phrases. Ultimately, the success of this method lies in combining several key elements: presentation within an engaging story context, emphasis on meaningful linguistic units, phrases, use of an active practice technique, shadowing, and clear explanation with complementary examples. This approach transforms language learning from a mechanical process into a human and effective experience.